All right, let's get it, y'all. Welcome to Tuesday Night Thrive. I want you guys to type some sevens in the chat. If y'all are fired up to be on this mentorship call tonight, if you guys are ready to get some value that can get you to the next level in your life. That's what life is all about, guys. It's about growth, right? It's about getting to the next level. It's about continually becoming a better version of yourself so you can get better results, so you can live a happier, healthier, wealthier life. So guys, for those of you that don't know who I am, my name is AJ Sandberg. I'm a Platinum 5000 with I Am Mastery Academy. I've been with the company for 3 years now, and it's completely changed my life. I mean, I went from a broke gymnastics coach. If you guys haven't heard on the overview call yet, I say it every night. I was a broke gymnastics coach, literally living paycheck to paycheck, and my son was one at the time. And, I just was sick of being broke. And I got plugged in with this academy right here, and obviously what we do is teach people how to trade. We teach people how to be successful traders and compound their money on the markets. But the business side is so transformational for me that it's what I'm super passionate about. See, I believe that if you can become a successful digital entrepreneur, right, you can grow an online business. It takes a different level of personal development to do that, right? You have to grow yourself into an individual that people want to follow. So you have to learn communication skills. You have to learn leadership skills. You have to learn emotional intelligence. You have to learn a lot of different things in order to build an online business, which all transfers over into anything else that you do in life, trading, fitness, whatever it may be. I think that if you can become a successful online business owner, right, you can crush the affiliate side of I Am Mastery Academy, that you will succeed in whatever else that you do. It's just a fact, because the things that you need to develop as a person in order to succeed on the business side will literally help you succeed in every other area. And so one of the things that I want to talk about tonight, I don't know if you guys saw it on the poster, but it said that tonight's topic was picking what you want most versus what you want now. Okay. And that may be a confusing topic to some people, but basically it comes down to this. It comes down to how to pick what you want most, right? How to pick long-term gratification over short-term pleasures. See, a lot of people, I believe, in this world, get stuck where they are because they continually buy in and feed in and give in to the short-term pleasures that are right in front of them, right? There's so many short-term pleasures in this world. There's so many shiny objects that you can grab, that you can buy, that you can go after, that you can do. There's all these shiny things that we get pressured into doing, and they're all there distracting us from the long-term goal, from the long-term gratification. And here's an example of it, right? An example would be me picking to skip my workout today and eat fast food because that's what I want right now, right? I wake up and I just don't really feel like going to the gym. And you know what? I feel like getting a sausage, egg, and cheese bagel from McDonald's, right? That just sounds good, right? That would be short-term pleasure. It sounds good right now. But what are the long-term repercussions of that, right? The long-term repercussions are maybe if I continue to do that, it takes me on a wrong path and I don't get the body that I end up wanting. See, but if I negate that short-term pleasure, if I figure out in my mind how to cut off that short-term pleasure and feed into the idea of, all right, I know that I want this right now, but I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it because I have a bigger vision and a bigger goal and a bigger want that is more important to me, right? The body that I want is 10 times more important to me than me wanting to skip my workout or have a bad meal, right? That's just an example, okay? Now, this can be applied to anything in life, but this is basically the topic of this call, and we're going to apply it to this business. See, a lot of people, I believe right now, are not where they want to be in the business. They're not at that next rank because you're picking short-term pleasures over that long-term gratification of hitting the rank that you want, right? The rank is that long-term gratification. That's what you're focused on, right? You're like, I want to be a platinum 600. I want platinum 1000. I want platinum 2000. I want platinum 5000, right? You're all looking at it right now going, man, that is that long-term gratification. I want it, right? I know it's going to take some work to get there, but that is mine. I need it. But you have these little short-term pleasures right now that are stopping you from getting there. And so real quick, just to break this down even further, I'm going to talk about ROI and how this can help you filter, right, what you need to do on a daily basis so that you can make the right decisions that lead to you getting what you want long-term, right? The only way that you get what you want long-term is by knowing ROI. And for those of you that know what ROI stands for, type it in the chat. Let's see if any of you guys know what ROI stands for. Type in the chat. If you guys know, if you don't, no worries. Yes, sir. Andrew got it. Return on investments. Return on investments. Okay. Now, typically this is used as a trading term, right? What's going to be my return on my investment? I'm giving you this much money. What's my ROI? Okay. But I want you guys to think of ROI in terms of the actions that you take on a daily basis. Okay. So what is the ROI of me sleeping not a lot of time? Okay. If I only get 3 or 4 hours of sleep tonight, what's the ROI on that? It's not very good, right? I'm not going to be able to probably function at 100% the next day. Okay. So because I can't sleep, right? I'm even though I'm staring at my phone, right? Some people stare at their phones while they're laying in bed and you wonder why you can't fall asleep. I don't even put my phone. It's like an oasis, guys, for me. My bed is a no phone zone, right? My phone does not come into the bed with me. Okay. And it's because I know if I'm laying there on my phone, I'm not gonna be able to fall asleep. Okay. But here's the point. If I only get 3 to 4 hours of sleep, what's the ROI? Bad. The ROI on that is bad. I'm not going to be able to function properly the next day. Okay. And again, what's the ROI on sleeping 9 hours, 10 hours, 11 hours? What's the ROI on that? Also not good. See, the ROI on sleeping too much is that you feel groggy. You still feel a little bit of tired, right? Your brain's almost in a fog and you've wasted a couple hours of your life that you could have been productive. So think about ROI. Now, what's the ROI on routinely sleeping 7 hours, routinely sleeping, 6.5, 7.5 hours, getting my body enough sleep, but I also am getting up early enough so that I am more productive, right? What's the ROI on that? Consistent 7 hours. The ROI on that's pretty good, right? My body's going to get used to waking up at a specific time. So I'm going to function at a very high level. I'm going to be getting up earlier than most people. So I'm going to get a head start on my day. The ROI on consistent, productive sleep is very high. Okay. Here's another example. Partying, right? I know for me, I live in Wisconsin, right? A lot of people like to drink here. A lot of people like to party here, right? It's the beer and cheese state. Type Go Pack Go in the chat if you guys are from Wisconsin, right? I mean, it's crazy here. So I want you guys to understand though, what's the ROI on drinking? What is the ROI on it? John said, go Vikings. Man, I might have to kick you off the call here, boss. I'm just kidding. But guys, very, very quickly, please understand this. What is the ROI of drinking? What's the ROI of it? You're spending money. You're putting toxicity in your body. Your brain is not able to function properly. And Ty just nailed it. The next morning, you feel like crap, hangover. What's the ROI? What's the ROI on that $100 bottle at the club that you just bought? right? Where could that $100 have gone? Where could that time have gone? You spent a couple hours spending money, putting toxicity into your body when you could have been helping other people. You could have been talking to people on your team, hanging out with people on your team, talking to prospects and helping them understand the power in what we do, changing other people's lives, and in turn, changing your life. See, ROI. What's the ROI on partying? Very, very low. What's the ROI on drinking? Very, very low. Now, I'm not saying, be a tight ass and never take a drink, right? I celebrate, guys. I celebrate. But T.I. says it best. Why are you at the club when you don't even have $10,000 in your bank account? What are you celebrating? Why are you drinking? Why are you drinking when you don't even have $10,000 in your bank account, $100,000 in your bank account? What in the world could you be celebrating? Right? See, you guys got to understand that the ROI on drinking, on partying, when you haven't hit your goals is zero. It's absolutely nothing, right? Another thing, TV. What's the ROI on TV? Right? Instead of reading a book, listening to an audio, showing the presentation, doing what it takes to get to the next level of my business, I'm sitting here watching 3 hours of sports, right? Or I'm watching the latest Bachelorette episode, right? Whatever it may be. People literally spend half their life in front of the TV. It's crazy to me. It's crazy. You give 8 hours of your life to a job, to a boss, and help them get wealthier. And then you come home, and instead of building your future, you sit in front of the TV and celebrate other people's success, right? That doesn't make any sense. So the ROI on watching TV, zero. People say I do it to unwind. There's so many more productive things to do to unwind. Meditation, reading, audios. I mean, I could go on and on and on. Breathing. It's so crazy to me how people use all of these distractions as things that help them unwind, right? Drinking, sleeping, TV, all of these things are distractions. They're low ROI. And if you're using those things as excuses to unwind, I promise you, you're just procrastinating. It's just procrastination. You just can't handle what's going on in your life right now, and you haven't been able to come to reality with it and actually conquer that obstacle the correct way, right? So now that we've established ROI, I want you guys to realize that the person that you are today, the person that I am today, the person that all of us are today, we are who we are because of the choices that we've made over the last couple years. All of the choices that you've made on a day-to-day basis up until right now, 7:20 p.m. on October 5th, 2021. All the choices that you've made up until now are the reason why you're the person you are today. If you've made the right decisions on a day-to-day basis, stayed disciplined, stayed excited, done what you're supposed to do for your business, done what you're supposed to do for your life, then you're probably getting closer to where you want to be, or you are where you want to be. But if over the last, couple months or couple years, you've consistently done things that have a low ROI, a low return on investment, you've been sleeping too much or sleeping too little, you've been partying too much, drinking too much, you've been watching too much TV, you've been doing the things that have low ROI, those choices have gotten you to where you are right now. So I want you guys to understand that the only way that you switch around and get to where you want to be long term, remember, this is about getting what we want most over what we want now. The only way that you get what you want most is by sacrificing what you want now. Now, if you're the type of person that's like, nah, I like to live in the moment, I'm going to just do everything that I want to do now, that's cool. I'm not knocking you for it. You can live that way, but just understand you'll probably never get what you want long term, right? You don't get what you want long term by living in the moment. I'm just going to tell you that right now. You don't get what you want long term by living in the moment and continually doing whatever you want. It takes sacrifice, guys. You have to sacrifice the low ROI actions that aren't going to get you what you want. Sacrifice the wants now so that you can get what you want later. Okay. And I'm going to go through a few myths. Okay. I'm going to go through a few myths that make people procrastinate. Okay. And hopefully after going through these myths, you'll understand maybe why you are procrastinating, maybe why you are choosing what you want now over what you want most. And so these are myths that even I got told. These are myths that some of the most successful people in the world will tell you, right? But other successful people will tell you those people are dead wrong. And they are, because they're preaching things that just are not true. They're preaching things that are going to keep us average, okay? So, myth number one, write this down. This is the myth number one. Just keep trying. Just keep going. Right? This is the first myth. People say, oh, as long as you just keep trying and you just keep going, you'll get to that goal. Right? Type some ones in the chat if you guys have heard that before. Just keep going. Just keep trying. Type some ones in the chat if you guys have heard that before. Awesome. So we've all heard it. Here's what I want you guys to understand. You can just keep going. You can just keep trying. And if you're doing the wrong thing over and over and over, you're doing low ROI activities, or you're doing high ROI activities in the wrong way, and you're not making adjustments, how do you ever expect to hit your goal? See, just keep trying is not going to get you to where you want to go. Yes, consistency may get you some progress, but it won't get you that long-term goal. What gets you the long-term goal is by continually making sacrifices, right? Sacrificing what you want now. And you continually keep trying to make adjustments. It's not just keep trying to keep going. Just, keep going and going and going. No, it's keep trying to make adjustments. That's what it is. I want you guys to realize that if you aren't putting at least a couple people in the system, you're not signing up a couple people every single week. My goal is to sign up one every single day. So when I'm not signing somebody up every single day, I know I need to make an adjustment, right? And so I'm just saying, though, for the average person, you should at least be putting one or two people in the system personally every single week, okay? And between you and your team, if you do have a team, one should be going in every single day. If you do have a team, if you're a Platinum 150 or higher, one should be going in the system every day. And so if that's not happening, then you need to make adjustments, right? Now, don't get frustrated. See, a lot of people, they're hearing what I'm saying right now. They're like, oh my gosh, I haven't been putting one in a day. I'm so mad at myself. What's wrong with me? No, don't get frustrated at yourself. Stay cool, calm, and collected, but just realize, okay, there's adjustments that I can make. They're going to get me 10 times more productive, right? There's adjustments that I can make. They're going to get me 10 times more results. Okay. So it's not just keep trying. It's just keep trying to make adjustments until you get the results that you want. All right. That's myth number one, debunked. Okay. Don't keep trying. Keep trying to make adjustments until eventually you start doing what works for you. All right. Here's myth number two. You ready to write this one down? We've probably heard it a lot. You've got time. You've got time. That's myth number two. And the reality is you don't have time. And here's why. Successful people have urgency. Successful people aren't casual. Successful people move and walk and talk with intention and with purpose and with urgency. They're moving and grooving all day long. They're not living in the moment. Like, yeah, let's just, enjoy the peace and relax. And yes, you do want to meditate. Yes, you do want to take time for yourself. But there's a lot of people that overdo that. They take time to yourself to a whole nother level. Like they take a whole week off. They take a whole week off the business and they're like, yeah, I just took the week to myself, right? Like, dude, high level performers are there every single day putting in the work. They have an urgency to grow their business. Why? Because they know if they don't, there's a competitor that's going to do what they can do. You guys got to realize that there is 7 billion people in this world. And maybe some of you have 1,000 to 2,000 people in your network. Okay. So say you have 1,000 to 2,000 people in your network. There's 7 billion people in the world. Don't you think that there's another person in the world that knows the same 1,000 to 2,000 people as you? Yes. There is someone else in the world that knows who you know, right? Your friend Bob, somebody else knows Bob. Your friend John, Susie knows that person, right? Like it goes on and on and on. Every single person you know, somebody else knows, which means this: if you don't show your friends, somebody else will. If you don't sign up your friends, somebody else will, right? You have to understand that you have to move with urgency in whatever it is that you do, because successful people aren't casual. But second of all, you got competitors out there that are going to sign up your friends and family if you don't go sign them up. Just realize that. So no, you don't got time. That's myth number 2. Myth number 2 is you've got time, and that is completely wrong. You need to move with urgency, you need to move with intention, and you need to move with purpose. While you're distracted, someone else is working. Just understand that. While you're out drinking, while you're out partying, while you're out watching TV, while you're sleeping in too late, there is somebody else that is putting in the work while you're distracted. And that is why you have to be completely bought in to the what you want most versus what you want now. Okay. Here's the next myth. Live a balanced life. You guys have probably heard that one before. Live a balanced life. Now, this is true for average people. If you want to be average and, be average at a lot of different things, right? Be an average father, be an average, employee, be an average, having average income, having average health, average. Yes, you can have a balanced life. Okay. You want to have an average social life, right? You want to make sure that you make time to go out and drink and spend time with your friends. You want to make sure that, you make time for family and you spend time with the family, and you're just living a well-rounded, balanced life. You're not excelling in any area, but you're just average because you're spreading yourself thin in 20 different areas. Okay. And that's my point right there. If you want to be great at anything, it's going to take a period of your life. There's going to be a phase of your life where it is unbalanced. It is not balanced whatsoever, right? If you're all in on your health, it's going to be very hard to focus on other things. If you're all in on your business, it's going to be very hard to focus on other things. I'll tell you guys right now, I'm all in with this thing. I'm all in with this business. I mean, this consumes my entire day, right? I'm thinking about how I can get to the next level in my business every single minute of every single day. And when you're doing that, it makes it very hard for me to spend the proper amount of time with my family. It makes it very hard for me to spend the proper time on my health. Hence why I pay somebody else to do it now, right? And so you guys got to understand, though, that if you want to get to the next level in this business, it's going to take you living an unbalanced life, right? It goes back to the sacrifice thing. You're not going to have time for a social life. You're not going to have time for people that aren't in your business. If you have friends that aren't in this business with you, you're probably not going to have time for them because you're going to be so focused on where you're going, right? And not only that, if you're focused on becoming a chairman, you're probably going to outgrow your current friends anyway. You're going to outgrow them. Plain and simple. Okay? You're not going to have time to be doing the 2-hour workouts that you're doing right now. And that's keeping you super lean and jacked, right? You're probably going to lose a little muscle mass. You may put on a little bit of chub. I'm not saying eat Taco Bell every single day, but I'm just saying When you're in the trenches doing, 5 presentations a day and with your team doing what it takes, no, you don't need to be going out and eating and spending a bunch of money, but it's hard to eat a well-rounded diet. It's hard to work out 2 hours a day when you're on the phone constantly. I'll tell you that. Okay. So balance does not exist for a phase of your life. Understand, this is not permanent, but it is a phase of your life that you're going to have to be willing to be unbalanced. Okay. Like I said, I'm not telling you to go get fat. I'm not telling you to be unhealthy. I'm not telling you to just ignore your family, right? Even though I barely talk to my dad. I talk to my dad literally probably once a week, once a month. I mean, it's very, very rare. I barely see him, right? I probably see him once every 2 months. I've seen my mom twice in the last year. Okay. So understand that it takes sacrifice. It takes sacrifice. I have a son who's 4.5 years old. And yes, I make time for him. I do make time for him every single day. There's a block of my day that I do block out for him, but I've already put it in my brain that I'm going to sacrifice while he's young, right? When he was 1, 2, 3 years old, I was in the trenches as deep as I could be, right? When my son was 3 years old last year, I was doing 10 presentations a day. I was showing the presentation with my prospects and my team's prospects every single day, 10 times a day. I mean, I had my son running around in the background, throwing his toys, throwing his kinetic sand all over the house. And, I didn't really have anybody to watch him. It was just me at the time, right? And so, he was going crazy. But I made that sacrifice for a season, right? Guess what? I made that sacrifice for a short season. In January of this year, I hit P5,000. It's $5,000 a month coming in every single month, whether my head leaves the pillow or not. From IAM. I get that check every single month. Just keeps coming in. So guess what I have more time for now? My son. I take him to gymnastics. I take him to swim lessons. We went to swim lessons today, right? I get to wrestle with him in the afternoons. We wrestle, we play, pretend dinosaur talk, whatever it is. I got more time for him now because I made those sacrifices. See, people in this business hit platinum 600, platinum 1000. They're like, yeah, I'm living a financially free life. Yeah, I can do whatever I want. Dude, you're making $600 a month, $1,000 a month, right? Chill. I mean, just make sure, guys, that you sacrifice until you're actually free. Sacrifice until you're actually free. And then if you want to keep going from there, you can keep going. Guess what? I've made the decision now. I'm like, you know what? I hit P5. I enjoyed my freedom. It's time. It's time to get back into the trenches, go hit Chairman 10, go show the team what's possible. And I'm back at it. It's time to sacrifice, right? I'm going to have to sacrifice that time with my son, right? I make time for my fiance, but she understands. I got to sacrifice that time with her, right? Because we want to get to that next level in our life, okay? So there's no such thing as a balanced life. That's another myth that I just debunked. Understand that there's athletes, when they're going for a championship, all your favorite athletes in the world, LeBron James, Cristiano Ronaldo, you think these guys are at home with their families? Do you honestly believe that? Because if you do, you're crazy. They're in the gym 8 to 10 hours a day. Professional golfers chasing the championship. You should see their schedule. They're on the golf course from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. It is nuts. People that are making an Oscar award-winning movie. You think these actors are at home with their family? No, they're halfway across the country filming. They're halfway across the world filming 12 hours a day, not seeing their family, not talking to them. Right? They're not hanging out with friends. They're not going out partying and drinking. Understand that greatness takes sacrifice. Elevation requires separation. You guys are going to have to give up to go up. All right. So living a balanced life does not exist when you're wanting to achieve greatness. Here's the next myth. All right. Here's the next myth that leads to procrastination, that leads to you choosing what you want now versus what you want most. And it's this right here. Just be positive. Just be positive. Right. People are like, oh, I can sleep in. I can sleep in because, I'm going to just be positive today. Everything's going to come to me, right? I can go out and drink tonight because tomorrow I'll be fine. I'll just brush it off. I'll be positive. I'll tell myself I'm good to go and we'll be good, right? I can watch this 3-hour sports game because I'm going to be positive while watching it, that all the results will just come to me. Yes, guys, the law of attraction is the most powerful law in the universe. And if you can understand that your thoughts become things and you understand how to attract everything you want into your life, it is very, very powerful. Okay? But that is not an excuse to pick what you want now versus what you want most. It's not an excuse for that. You still have to sacrifice. You still have to put in the work. You still have to grow. You still have to grow. Guys, I want you to realize something. People are going to join your business, yes, because you're positive, but also because you have the skill sets that can get them to where they want to be in life, which means you have to have what? Skill sets. See, so many people are just going through the motions in this business. You can't go through the motions. You need to have skills. You need to acquire the skills that your leaders have. Stop going through the motions thinking that you're going to get to the next level. There are skill sets that your leaders have, that the person that's at the rank that you want to be at, there are skill sets that they have, right? That you do not have, that you need to learn. When I say leader, guys, I want you to think bigger, right? I got told that from the beginning. I went to a large event with a big company convention like the one we have coming up here November 4th through the 6th. If you're not registered for Houston, November 4th to the 6th, you should just get off this call right now because there's no chance that you're winning with this business, right? Get registered for Houston, November 4th through the 6th. You got to be there. Company conventions like this will change your life. It took me from P600 and having 20 people in my organization. I went to this event with 20 people in my organization to 30 days later, I had 80 people in my organization. I was making $2,000 a month passive income. 30 days after company convention, right? So be in Houston, November 4th through the 6th. I just bought my flights. I bought my tickets. I'm going, and I can't wait to see all you guys there. But here's the moral of the story. What was I talking about? Acquire skill sets, okay? I went to this company convention, right? And I learned the skill sets that I needed to learn. But they told me at the convention, they said, look, there's a leader very far up in your upline that has even higher skill sets than the person that signed you up, right? There's somebody that signed you up, then there's somebody that signed them up. I want you guys to go as high as you can. Every single day, reach as high as you can and ask that person for advice. Right? It's good to ask the person that signed you up for advice. It's good to ask that person above them for advice. It's good to ask your direct leaders for advice. But why would you not reach out to the people that are living 10x those people's lives? Right? See, I was talking to people when I first got started that were making, $2,000 a month, $1,000 a month. I was like, man, how do I get to your level? $1,000, $2,000 a month. Okay. And eventually I heard that and I was like, man, I need to start talking to people that are making 10 times that, $10,000 a month, $20,000 a month. And I started talking to Joey Wilson, right? The guy that got me started. He got me started, but he was always busy. He had hundreds and hundreds of people, if not thousands of people in his organization. But finally, I poked my way into his inbox every single day and he started to respond, started to mentor me, started to help me. And he helped me get to P600. He helped me get to P1000. He helped me get to P2000. All of a sudden, he was a Chairman 100. He was making $120,000 a month. $120,000 a month he was making. And I started to get in this man's mentorship every single day. Every single day. I FaceTimed him, and we built a really good relationship. Now, me and him FaceTime 2 to 3 times a day. Right? I'm making $5,000 a month, but guess what? He's making 20 times that. 20 times that. Imagine talking to somebody that makes 20 times what you're making right now. You're probably going to elevate, right? So just be positive does not get you to where you want to go. You need to acquire skill sets that are going to get you the leaders that you need in your business. It's going to get you to produce more results. It's going to get you to be a better leader, to be a better producer, right? These skill sets are in the brains of the leaders that you don't talk a lot to, that you need to hit up more, that you need to talk to on a daily basis. That's where you're going to get a lot of people like, how do I get these skill sets? You ask for them. You learn them. You work for them, right? So go find somebody who's making 10 times what you want to make, or 10 times what you're making right now, and figure out the skill sets that they have that you want to have, okay? And here's the last myth. Here's the last myth. And this one is a little touchy, right? This one's a little touchy, okay? Be yourself. Write that down. Here's the last myth. Be yourself. And here's why this is a myth. See, I want you guys to continue to be you while building this business. But I also want you to understand that in this business, you attract who you are. So right now, right, I'll use myself for an example, actually. When I first joined this business, I was making $1,700 a month as a gymnastics coach. Take home, right? My apartment, I was living in a 600 square foot apartment that cost me $600 a month. I couldn't barely afford food or diapers. I was living on my last dime, had scrubby clothes. I was overweight. I mean, I was just not in a good point in my life. But I want you guys to realize the way that I attracted leaders into my business was because I wasn't myself. I wasn't being that person that was making $1,700 a month, living in a crappy apartment, having no money, that was overweight. I pictured myself as this high performer. I pictured myself as this elite performer that was making a lot of money in this industry. I started to dress like it, right? I got rid of the scrubby clothes. I went to Goodwill, found some sharp clothes there, right? For very cheap. Plato's Closet, found some nice cheap clothes from there. I did what it took to look the part. I did what it took to get in shape so people respected me, right? I wasn't, Arnold Schwarzenegger, but, I shed off a few pounds so that I at least looked decent. I started walking. I started talking, right? I wasn't talking stupid. I wasn't saying dumb things to my team. I wasn't saying, dumb things to prospects that would make people think that I was unintelligent or that I was goofy, right? Yes, I was myself. I still crack jokes. I still have fun with my prospects and with my team. But there's a point where it crosses the line, right? And you guys have to understand that you attract who you are. You don't attract what you want. You attract who you are. And what I mean by that is how sharp you are, how hard you work, and your leadership. How sharp do you view yourself? How sharp do you dress, right? You guys can see it right now. I'm not dressed in a suit right now. But guess what? I'm in a nice, clean, white USA hat with a nice, $40 Nike shirt. I'm on this call. I'm not on here with a wrinkled, nasty t-shirt and an old sweaty hat, right? I look decent. I look sharp. Okay. What's your work ethic look like? Are you putting 1 hour a day into your business? Because if you're putting 1 hour a day into your business, if you're not pouring into your team, if you're not pouring into your prospects on how this can change their life, if you're not continually doing this stuff and working and working and working, who are you going to attract into your business? If you're not working, then you're being what? Lazy. And if you're being lazy, you attract who you are. Congratulations. You just signed up a bunch of lazy people, right? Your business probably isn't going to grow very fast. How's your leadership, right? Are you confident when you're talking to people? Are you confident saying, hey, you lock arms with me and I'm going to take you to the promised land. We're going to run this thing up together. And when they get started, you teach them every single thing that you know. And if you don't know something, you reach out to a leader that knows what you don't know so that you can figure out what it is and teach your team that, right? You never say, I don't know. You never say, I just can't do it. That's not me. Those words never come out of your mouth. It's always, how can I? How can I? How can I? And so what you need to do is, instead of being yourself, yes, be you, be who you are, what your personality is, be yourself. Don't be a robot. Don't be weird. Right? I hate people like that literally run this business like, hi, how are you? Right? Like, that's freaking weird, right? Nobody's going to respond to you. Be yourself, but be who you want to be. Okay? Be yourself, but act like the person you want to be. Be yourself, but act like the person you want to attract. Okay? Act like the person you want to attract. If you want sharp people in your business, you should probably start dressing and talking sharp. If you want hard workers in your business, you should probably start working hard. If you want good leaders in your business, you should probably ask for help and figure out how to be a good leader. So guys, those are the myths right there. Don't just keep trying. Keep trying to make adjustments. You don't have time. You need to have urgency. While you're distracted, remember, while you're distracted, someone else is putting in the work. You can't live a balanced life. That doesn't exist when you're wanting to achieve greatness. You can't just be positive. You need to acquire skill sets, and your leaders have them. Figure out how to get the skill sets that they have by asking questions. And don't be yourself. Be the person that you want to attract into your business. So I appreciate you guys jumping on here every single day. Focus on ROI. What are the activities that are going to give me the best ROI? Does this bad behavior, does me choosing what I want to do now give me the best ROI? Probably not. So I probably shouldn't do it. Focus on ROI, the best ROI on your actions every single second. I learned this from a Chairman 250 that makes $300,000 a month. He said this: what's the most effective and immediate use of my time? What's the most effective and productive use of my time right now? He says he asks himself that all day long. What's the most effective use of my time right now? Ask yourself that all day long. ROI, ROI. What's the most effective use of my time? ROI, ROI. What's the most effective use of my time? I promise you, if you start thinking like that, you're going to start doing the right actions. You're going to start doing the right things. And instead of partying, drinking, sleeping in too much, watching TV, and doing all the wrong things, you're going to do the right things that are going to get you to the next level in your life and in your business. So I love you guys. If you ever need anything, reach out to me on Instagram, reach out to me on Facebook, whatever you need. I got you guys back. And I look forward to seeing you guys all rank up before we go to Houston in 1 month. Go get your tickets for that event. Guys, if you get your ticket tonight, I'll tell you what, anybody on this call right now, right? Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to screenshot everybody that's on this call. So stay on the call. Stay on the call. I'm going to screenshot everybody that's on this call. I'm going to screenshot. We're going to give away some money. We're going to give away some money. Type in the chat if you want me to give away some money. I know everybody on this call isn't even on my team. That's the best part about it. All right. How do I screenshot? All right. Oh, I got to do multiple screenshots here. Hold on, guys. I'm going to give away some money here. But I want you guys to stay on because I got a screenshot. I got to screenshot everybody that's on this call. Okay, we got that one. I have to do multiple screenshots. I'm sorry. Guys, type in the chat what your favorite part of this call was. One sentence. One sentence. What's your favorite part of this call was? What was the biggest takeaway for you? ROI, ROI, love it. Be the person you want to become. Yep, that's it. Be the person you want to become. Be the person you want to attract into your business. Long-term gratification. Yes. Love it. Myth 3. What was myth 3? Live a balanced life. Yep. Doesn't exist when you want to achieve greatness. Make adjustments. Yes, you can't just keep trying. You got to always make adjustments. All right, here's how we're going to go away some money. I just screenshotted everybody. And here's what we're going to do. You're going to go to, okay, for 1 second, stop typing in the chat. I love you guys. I really love you guys. And I love the feedback I'm getting. But just hold on 1 second. Okay. Here's the website. Here's how you get registered for Houston. IamAcademy.events. If you get registered, okay? If you get registered tonight, if you get your ticket tonight and screenshot that ticket and send it to me. I don't care. Instagram, Telegram, Facebook, whatever. If you get your Houston ticket tonight, I want you guys to understand tickets are only $197 for 10 more days. They're discounted $50, $55, I believe. Okay. So they're on a huge discount right now. All right. Typically they don't even do a discount. The first event I went to was like $400. All right. So the fact that it's $197 is crazy to me. Okay. But get that ticket. It's in Houston. You're going to get to hear from the top earners in the company. Okay. I'm talking about Chairman 750s that are making $10 million a year. These guys are making more than professional athletes. All the Chairman 100s like Joey Wilson, the guy that signed me up, that are making $1 million a year plus. Okay. You're going to get to hear from the CEO, Chris Terry, who's worth over $1 billion. Okay. You're going to get to hear from literally all the corporate staff. I mean, it's insane. These events will change your life. And not only that, there will be 10 to 15,000 people from 100 different countries in this arena, like literally just fired up, jacked out of their mind, dancing, screaming, yelling. It's insane. I mean, it's better than the best concert you've ever been to. I promise you that. Okay. So if you get a ticket, all right, if you get a ticket tonight, screenshot it, send it to me. I'm going to put all of those tickets in a raffle. Okay. I'm going to put each person that has a ticket in a raffle, and then I'm going to raffle off one person. Okay. The one person that gets selected, I'm going to give you your money back for your ticket. Okay. I'm going to give you that $197 back for your ticket. Okay. So if you get registered tonight, right now, and if you have people that are on this call, okay, or you have people that weren't on this call, I'm actually going to open it up to them as well. But if they weren't on the call, it's only $100. Okay. So if you're on this call right now, if I screenshotted your name, I'll pay for your entire ticket because you were on this mentorship call. You're proving that you want to win with this business. Okay. But if your team wasn't on this call, if somebody on your team wasn't on this call, if they get their ticket tonight, I'll still put them in the raffle. But if they win and I see they weren't on my screenshots, then it'll only be $100, right? If they win. Okay. So that's about it, guys. I'm happy that you guys got a lot of value from this call. Go share this value with people on your team, and let's go get everybody registered for Houston tonight. I love you guys. And we got an overview in 1 hour. Pack it out with guests. Everybody register for Houston, and I'll see you guys there in a month. Let's get it. Peace.